In the shadowy corridors of time, around 1333 BC, the ancient civilization of Egypt teetered on the brink of oblivion. The colossal temples, once resplendent with offerings to the gods, lay in disrepair. The air was thick with the echoes of rituals no longer performed. The priests, keepers of divine secrets, were scattered to the winds. The gods themselves seemed forsaken, their divine order disrupted by the radical visions of Mentuhotep IV, better known as Akhenaten. Akhenaten's reign marked a seismic shift in Egyptian history, a period of upheaval that nearly unraveled the threads of an empire. Around 1348 BC, he embarked on a religious revolution that tore at the very fabric of Egyptian society. Discarding the pantheon of gods that had guided Egypt for millennia, he introduced a monotheistic worship centered on the Aten, a solar disk. Temples were shuttered, their wealth appropriated, and the clergy dismissed. Akhenaten's transformation was not mere reform, it was the annihilation of a cultural identity. This profound change did not stop at religion, it extended to the heart of Egyptian belief, the concept of Ma'at, a universal order that balanced chaos and cosmos. For Egyptians, Ma'at was not just an idea, but a living force that ensured harmony between the heavens and their civilization. By dismantling this sacred connection, Akhenaten severed the ties that bound Egypt's earthly realm to the divine, leaving the nation vulnerable and adrift. When the young Tutankhamun assumed the throne at 9 years old, he inherited a kingdom in disarray. The official record, the restoration stela, catalogues the devastation. Temples reduced to ruins, overgrown with weeds, and sanctuaries forgotten as if they had never existed. The military, once a formidable force, was faltering. Campaigns in distant lands like Jahi failed to secure territory or bring glory. The gods, so it seemed, had abandoned Egypt. Tutankhamun's ascent marked the beginning of a remarkable era of renewal. Though too young to conceive the restoration himself, he became the figurehead for a movement driven by his advisors, notably Maya, his treasurer, and the General Ai, who later ascended to the throne. Together, they orchestrated a restoration program that aimed to mend the deep rifts left by Akhenaten's reign. Symbolism was the first step in this grand endeavor. Tutankhamun shed his birth name, Tutankhaten, in favor of Tutankhamun, pledging allegiance once more to the god Amun. His queen followed suit, reverting from Ankhesenaten to Ankhesenamun. The royal court's return to the ancient cities of Memphis and Thebes signaled a revival of the old order, a return to tradition that resonated deeply with a populace yearning for stability. Under Tutankhamun's rule, the restoration effort took on a monumental scale. The young pharaoh and his advisors embarked on an ambitious project to rebuild the religious and economic infrastructure of Egypt. The restoration stela records vast investments in the temples, replenishing them with gold, silver, and precious materials. Temples that had languished in neglect were suddenly bustling with activity, staffed with priests conducting rituals that were believed to bridge the mortal and divine worlds once more. Maya, the treasurer, was instrumental in executing these plans. His autobiography reveals a commitment to realizing the king's vision, crafting new images of gods and restoring temples to their former glory. This reconstruction wasn't merely architectural, it revitalized a religious economy. The reach of Tutankhamun's restoration extended beyond Egypt's borders, touching distant provinces of the empire. Archaeological evidence suggests that emissaries were dispatched to restore temples as far south as Nubia, indicating a comprehensive effort to re-establish traditional worship throughout the realm. The rapid pace of transformation was nothing short of miraculous. Within a handful of years, the young king had reversed nearly 2 decades of decline, an achievement heralded by the restoration stela. The provinces, once desolate, began to celebrate the return of prosperity and order. Tutankhamun's restoration had a lasting impact, preserving the religious institutions. Yet his short life ended abruptly around 1324 BC, leaving the full realization of his efforts to others. His successors, eager to erase the memory of the Amarna period, attempted to obliterate his legacy. However, history had other plans. Though the ancient world would largely forget Tutankhamun's contributions, the echoes of his restoration efforts would resonate through time, shaping the future course of Egyptian civilization. Following his untimely death, his tomb, KV 62 in the Valley of the Kings, was hastily prepared. a modest resting place for a pharaoh whose influence far exceeded the confines of his burial chamber. This tomb, concealed under layers of sediment, remained untouched by grave robbers and the ravages of time, preserving the treasures and artifacts that would one day captivate the modern world. The world outside Tutankhamun's tomb continued to evolve. After his reign, I ascended to the throne, and then Horemheb, a military general. Horemheb would assert his legitimacy by erasing connections to Tutankhamun and Akhenaten. Horemheb's reign sought to restore continuity with Egypt's glorious past, presenting himself as the direct successor to Amenhotep III. In doing so, he enacted a series of reforms aimed at stabilizing the government, revitalizing the military, and reinforcing traditional religious practices, further solidifying the return to Ma'at, the ancient order. Horemheb's reforms included a comprehensive restructuring of the civil administration. He established new legal codes and appointed trusted officials to key positions, ensuring the efficient collection of taxes and the proper management of resources. This administrative overhaul helped consolidate power and restore faith in the governance of Egypt, setting the stage for the subsequent rise of the Ramesside dynasty. Despite these efforts at erasure, the tangible legacy of Tutankhamun's restoration persisted. The economic revival initiated under his reign fueled a period of prosperity that allowed subsequent pharaohs to embark on ambitious building projects. The temples and monuments constructed during the early Ramesside period were deeply influenced by Tutankhamun, including those commissioned by Seti I and Ramesses II. Ramesses II, known as Ramesses the Great, would come to epitomize the height of New Kingdom power and prestige. His extensive building program, grand military campaigns, and diplomatic achievements were made possible by Tutankhamun's foundations. The continuation of temple construction and the embellishment of cities drew from renewed religious fervor. Meanwhile, the legacy of Akhenaten's radical monotheism quietly faded into obscurity, surviving only in the whispers of history and the occasional fragments uncovered by archaeologists. The Amarna period was largely forgotten, its influence overshadowed by the grandeur of the pharaohs who followed. Yet the story of Akhenaten and Tutankhamun would not remain buried forever. In the early 20th century, the world caught a glimpse of Egypt's illustrious past through Howard Carter and Lord Carnarvon. Their discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922 provided an unparalleled window into the opulence and artistry of ancient Egypt. The treasures within, ornate jewelry, exquisite statues, and the iconic golden mask captivated an audience enthralled by the mysteries of antiquity. The unearthing of Tutankhamun's tomb reignited global interest in Egyptology. Scholars and archaeologists flocked to the Valley of the Kings, seeking to unravel the secrets of the boy king and his era. The artifacts found in KV62 offered invaluable insights into the religious, cultural, and political life of New Kingdom Egypt. These discoveries sparked debates and inspired research that continues to this day. The discovery also shed light on the complex dynamics of power and religion during the Amarna period. It underscored the resilience of Egyptian society, which had weathered the storms of radical change. The treasures of Tutankhamun, once entombed in darkness, illuminated the enduring legacy of a young pharaoh. He had restored the gods to their temples and the people to their faith. Today, the artifacts from Tutankhamun's tomb are housed in the Grand Egyptian Museum. They continue to draw visitors from around the world. As scholars piece together the fragments of the past, the story of Tutankhamun serves as a poignant reminder of the cyclical nature of history. His reign, brief yet transformative, speaks to the resilience of human civilization. It shows the capacity for renewal even in the face of profound adversity. In retracing the steps of Tutankhamun's restoration, we glimpse the intricate tapestry of ancient Egypt, a civilization that, despite the passage of millennia, continues to inspire awe and wonder. Craftsmen and artisans, once sidelined during Akhenaten's monotheistic experiment, found new opportunities to showcase their skills. The art from this period, characterized by its intricate detail and symbolic richness, reflects a deep reverence for the gods and a celebration of the natural world. The young pharaoh's commitment to re-establishing traditional religious practices also reinforced the role of the pharaoh as both a political and spiritual leader. By aligning himself with the gods, particularly Amun, Tutankhamun reaffirmed the divine right of kingship, a concept that had been undermined during the Amarna period. This alignment not only restored public confidence in the monarchy, but also strengthened the central authority necessary to govern a complex and expansive empire. Beyond the borders of Egypt, the effects of Tutankhamun's reign extended into the diplomatic sphere. During his time, Egypt maintained and even reinforced its relationships with neighboring powers. There is evidence of correspondence between Tutankhamun and foreign rulers, as recorded in the Amarna letters, a collection of clay tablets that provide a glimpse into the diplomatic exchanges of the time. These letters reveal the intricate dance of alliances, marriages, and trade agreements that sustained Egypt's influence across the region. Moreover, the restoration of Ma'at under Tutankhamun's rule played a crucial role in stabilizing Egypt's internal affairs. The concept of Ma'at, which encompasses truth, balance, and justice, was integral to the social contract between the pharaoh and his people. By restoring this cosmic balance, Tutankhamun helped to alleviate the social unrest that had festered during Akhenaten's reign, fostering a period of relative peace and prosperity. Despite the challenges of his brief reign, Tutankhamun's efforts to heal a fractured empire laid the groundwork for a golden age in Egyptian history. The stability and prosperity that followed allowed for the flourishing of trade, the expansion of the arts, and the strengthening of the military. These developments set the stage for the achievements of later pharaohs, who built upon the foundations laid during Tutankhamun's rule. The rediscovery of Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922 by Howard Carter was a watershed moment in the study of ancient Egypt. It not only resurrected the memory of a nearly forgotten pharaoh, but also provided a treasure trove of artifacts that continue to inform our understanding of the new kingdom. The exquisite craftsmanship of the items found within the tomb, from chariots to funerary masks, showcases the sophistication and skill of Egyptian artisans. These artifacts offer insights into the daily life and spiritual beliefs of the time. The global fascination with Tutankhamun has also sparked numerous exhibitions and scholarly endeavors aimed at preserving and interpreting his legacy. The Grand Egyptian Museum, with its comprehensive display of artifacts from his tomb, serves as a testament to the enduring allure of his story. This museum not only honors the artistic and cultural achievements of ancient Egypt, but also underscores the importance of preserving history for future generations. As modern technology advances, new methods of analysis and preservation continue to shed light on the mysteries of Tutankhamun's life and death. From DNA analysis to CT scans, these tools help to unravel the complexities of his lineage, health, and the circumstances surrounding his premature demise. Each new discovery adds another layer to the rich tapestry of his story. These discoveries deepen our appreciation for the enigmatic boy king who played a pivotal role in shaping the course of Egyptian history. The legacy of Tutankhamun is one of resilience and renewal. It serves as a powerful reminder of the capacity for human ingenuity and leadership to overcome even the most daunting challenges. His story, preserved through the sands of time, continues to captivate and inspire. It invites us to reflect on the timeless themes of restoration and revival that define the human experience. In the annals of history, the boy king's legacy endures,